the best advice I can give you guys is focus on the things that you can control and let God handle the rest. Welcome back, Freight Nation. Thanks for joining the channel today. Guys, I want to tell you, this has been probably one of the most frustrating weeks that I have had in trucking since 2017. So when I started in the middle of 2017, and here we are going into the middle of 2026. So I'm just about rounded out my 9th year in trucking. Invictus is a few weeks away from being paid off. She's been a fantastic truck. We did a lot of preventative maintenance week before last, and then she wanted to start crying at me. We blew an airline last week, had to be towed or at the beginning of this week, and then we turned around and had a water pump fail going through St. Louis night before last. So we've had a lot going on. Ray was driving, and he got the stop engine light, the check engine light, and the wrench popped up on the dash, as you guys can see here. And that it was derating. The truck was actually derating, and it was slowing us down. It got us down to 55 miles an hour, and it gave us a timer. And so we called Road Assist. Road Assist says there's a lot of codes that are showing. Biggest thing, we've got water pump code. We've got, and if you guys don't understand this, Road Assisted Prime can actually pin most of the diagnostics remotely from your truck. So it's a great tool. So it gives you an idea of what you're looking at, before you actually get to a shop or whatever. But it's not always accurate, but it's a great tool. So we parked up at a Quick Trip in St. Peters, Missouri, and we were loaded. We were headed out to Lenexa, Kansas. Had to be there, and I think this happened probably about 2 o'clock in the morning. We had to be there at like 8 in the morning, and we had until 3 p.m. Our ETA was 0800 Central Time. We had till 3 p.m. and there was no way we were going to make it. This truck is at 55 miles an hour. I've got a 4-hour countdown that's going down. It's not going to happen. So we called Road Assist, and they said, well, there's a Peterbilt that's 7 miles away from you guys. It's O'Fallon, Missouri. Fallon, Missouri. Platinum Mid-America Peterbilt. I said, okay. When can we check in? He's like, well, it's going to be Monday because they're closed on Sundays. And I don't think for 1 second that Road Assist was trying to do anything malicious. I don't think that they were like, because guys, when I say we have an amazing team here at Prime, we have an amazing team here at Prime. Everything from the fleet managers to the drivers to our Road Assist to our vendors and resources. We've got a fantastic setup. I mean, we're very babied. I can't complain one bit. So my point of all this, saying all this, is guys, never take what one person says to heart or for granted. Always fact check yourself. And I've always told you guys this, even this channel, fact check this channel. If you do not trust me, all right, and fact check it. So despite me trying to bring you guys the most accurate information possible, I am wrong a lot of the time. So, and I will admit that. So I just decided, we woke up, me and Ray popped the hood. We were walking around the truck. We're checking everything. No leaks, no coolant leaks. I didn't have, we never ran hot. No issues, nothing out of the ordinary that would say, yeah, man, we got a bad water pump. Nothing at all. Like, I didn't have any leaking coming from the water pump. None of the hoses busted, nothing. And I just had my dashes lit up like a Christmas tree. So we did all of our due diligence, everything that we could do. And being that the truck still does have roughly 50,000 miles of the 600,000 mile 4-year warranty, you can only do so much before you're like, hey man, I could compromise something. I can mess something up. So it's got to go to a dealership. So I went to go get a cup of coffee, and I asked Ray if he wanted something to eat. And he's like, yeah, man, I'll take a sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit if you don't mind. I'm like, yeah, no problem. So I go inside and I come back out, and I was like, let me just call. Let me just call and see if anybody answers. And I was like, I know what Road Assist said, but I'm just call. I did, guys, and they were open. And Chris, the service tech there, who was covering the service counter, he was a tech. but he was covering the service, so he was being a service rep that day. They were short staffed. He says, man, look, he says, I'll take you right now. He said, I can't promise anything. He said, but if you get over here, I'll at least get you checked in and try to get you looked at. And we'll get an idea of what we're working with. If I have to wait till Monday, you know, Monday morning, this is on Sunday now. He said, if I have to wait till Monday, he says, you guys can stay here. He's like, we got showers in here. He said, yeah, the office closes at 5, but you guys, we got showers. You can order food. If you guys don't want to stay in the truck, there's a hotel right. I mean, very accommodating. These people were super, super nice to us and very professional. And so next thing I know, you know, we're sitting waiting for him to come out. He comes out, he runs the codes and he runs the scan on the truck. And he's like, all right, I got a good idea. He said, it's either the sensor on the water pump, he said, or the water pump. You know, these water pumps have clutches and everything on their impellers. He said, so it's not like an old school, you know, Chevrolet 350 water pump, you know, there's just one impeller and it just rotates one way and that's it. He's like, these things have clutches, they're very sophisticated, they got sensors. He says, Peterbilt is probably going to want to go with the sensor. He says, but I'm going to be honest with you. He said, I've been down this road 50 million times, it's the water pump. So, and being that you're within that 600,000 mile warranty, he said, we're going to push for it to be warranted. So he says, all right, let me see what I can do, man. Just hang tight. So Ray was exhausted. He was driving when it happened, and so he was up the whole time. He went ahead and laid down. And the truck's still mobile. It's derated. You can't go but like 55 miles an hour. And that countdown is, every time you crank the truck up, the countdown gets lower and lower. So I decided to go inside and take a shower. And I'm just kind of hanging out, doing my thing. They had a really nice lounge area, as you guys see right here. Those big, wide theater seats, a huge 60-inch flat screen. And it was just nice, man. It was just a nice environment. And it was just nice to feel like, man, you know, somebody cares about you, you know, enough to put all this stuff up for the driver. You know, it's pretty cool. And there's no place like home, but I mean, obviously, you know, we take what we can get, man. And I was very appreciative of it, especially having a shower available and everything like that. So went in and grabbed a shower, and by the time I got out of the shower and I was resorting my stuff out, I was just going to go throw my bags in the truck. The tech that was working on the truck that had me pull in, because they did pull me in right before I got in the shower just to look at it, he walks out and he's like, hey man, do you want to test drive it or do you want me to? I was like, what do you mean? I was like, what'd you do to it? He's like, I swapped the water pump out. In less than 7 hours, man. Dude, you can't ask for anything better than that, man. God is so good. He led us right there. I mean, we were breaking down like 7 miles away from this place. This place is not supposed to be, like on our radars, on Prime's radar, it's not supposed to be open on Sundays. This place says, hey, I can't make any promises. We might not even get you in until Monday afternoon. And within 7 hours of showing up on their site, we had a place to park our trailer. We had a place to relax. We had a place to take a shower, and they still got us in and still got us swapped out. And it was still under warranty. Guys, never assume anything. You know, it's always ask questions. Always try. Don't ever give up, you know what I'm saying, on a situation. Never assume anything. You always want to take that next step. Be as proactive and as consistent as you possibly can be. Not only as an operator, but as a human being. Do your very best before you expect somebody else to do their very best. That was just amazing to me. I mean, I was like 2 times in 1 week we're broke down. One time we had to be towed. The next time I was grateful just to be able to get it to the shop. And then they get us in and out like that in like less than 7 hours. That was insane, bro. It's been little to no downtime. I mean, literally. So when the airline blew the other day and we had to be towed, we had probably about 16 hours of downtime. And then when the water pump was failing, yesterday or Sunday morning early, we had roughly probably 12 hours of downtime. Somehow I've lost just over a day this week, and Prime has come through with the revenue. It's like it hasn't even skipped a beat. I mean, they're right there with it, you know. And I was talking to my fleet manager this morning. I was explaining to him everything, and I said, man, with all this right here, man, we just, you know, if there's any way possible that you could, I said, I don't care where it goes, whatever, after this one dropping in Wisconsin, I said, man, we need to be on the money, man. Gave us a really good pre-plan for the rest of the week, and you just can't ask for better people, man. And it doesn't always work out like that. I don't want you guys thinking that it always does, but man, when it does, it's be grateful for it and understand, you know, that, man, God's looking out for you. Like, he really is. He truly is looking out for us every single day. He's got our best interest at heart. He's got our best plan for our life in play already. Like, I can tell you guys the best advice I'll ever give you, aside from getting your heart right with the Lord and having a relationship with him and knowing him and accepting, that gift of salvation that he's given us. The best advice I can give you guys is focus on the things that you can control and let God handle the rest. If you can't physically control it, if there's nothing that you can do, stop worrying about it. Stop stressing over it. Don't fight about it. Forget about it. Say a prayer, give it to him, let him handle it. And you guys do the very best you can do and do the next right thing. I was so grateful. I'm so happy. And all glory to God. He's always leading us to the right place at the right time, and he's always got a plan. And I got to tell you, man, it's amazing to me the stuff that he does in our lives, and I'm so grateful, man. So, I want to touch base on a couple things before we get off of here. We've still got JON'S fundraiser going for GoFundMe. He's supposed to have an appointment. They moved it from Monday to Friday this week, so he didn't have his appointment today like he should have. It's going to be Friday. So more updates on that. If you haven't read John's story yet, the link's in the description. Go read John's story about what he's going through. And if you can't donate, just share the video, share the link, and share his story for me. John's one of my best friends. He's an amazing person, amazing father, amazing husband. Guys, I can't think of anybody else that needs, the help right now like John does. He's out of work for an extended time period. They're working on trying to get a pause on his contract with Prime. Once again, Prime's trying to work with him, trying to get it to where there's something that he can do instead of just turning his truck in and being done completely. They're trying to get something where they can do, there's exceptions to every rule, and Prime's always trying to help us out, guys. So more updates on that later. Just check out his link in the description for the GoFundMe and the story, guys. I really appreciate it. Second thing is there was a new financial management tool that got launched on OTR the other day. So if you guys aren't familiar with OTR on the Revenue is a web-based software that one of my other best friends, Brian Brooks, has developed over the last few years, and he's constantly upgrading it and improving it. So there's a new financial tool on OTR that you guys need to go check out. We'll end up doing a video on this to kind of brush up a little bit more on it, but I want you guys to understand something. If you are an owner op or you are a lease op, you are not a company driver, okay? Stop treating your business like you are a company driver. And when I say that, I mean you need to monitor your income, your revenue, your expenses, what's going out, and all of your weekly fixed and variable costs. You need to know what you're making, you need to know what you're spending, and you need to know what you can and cannot afford to do with your business. Stop just running your truck like it's a company truck. It's not. If you signed up to just be a lease op, and I got some of the old cats are going to say, oh, the lease op, you're not an owner op, you're not, that's fine, whatever you want to say. In my opinion, you're not an owner op unless you own your truck. You are dealing with your own customers. You're dealing with your own insurance. You're dealing with everything. You're not an owner. I don't care if you own the title to your truck. When this title comes for this truck in less than a month, I'm not going to be an owner op. I'm still going to be leased on to Prime Inc. So I'm still a leasee to Prime Inc. So a lot of people get their chest bowed out about these titles. Listen, it doesn't fill your bank account anymore, and it doesn't pay your mortgage any faster, whatever title you're carrying, okay? What matters is how efficient and consistent and profitable you are on the road. OTR on the Revenue is that tool to help you become more consistent, more efficient, more profitable. If you know your numbers, okay, and you can organize them, because the number one killer of small businesses is bad bookkeeping, you can organize them, which OTR does, and it gives you a platform to harbor all of that information, you're winning, okay? So pay attention to your numbers, guys. If you're new to this game, it's so important. It's the most important thing. It's the most important. I've got to tell you, it's so big. It's probably the biggest thing you'll ever do in your life. I promise. Pay attention to your numbers, okay? Make sure that you're watching them. So OTR on the Revenue, links in the description. There is a free 30-day free trial. Guys, give it a spin. If you haven't even thought about it, do it. That's what this little icon up here is for. So that's the only thing I endorse on my channel other than helping friends out like John's GoFundMe. I don't do any more product reviews. I'm not doing any more collaborations, not unless it has to do with a charity event or something like that. Guys, I don't care about the next big line item. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter to me. But OTR on the Revenue is something that every lease and owner op needs to be on to manage their finances and be able to keep up with all their numbers. So That's it for me, guys. The video went a little bit longer than what I expected. Hopefully I didn't bore you guys. I love you guys so much. God loves you guys. And thank you for everything that you guys do. Every single like, every single sub, every single share. It means the world to me, man. It really does. So I wish I didn't have to sleep. I really do, because this would be an amazing channel, I feel like. And it's already, you guys already make it amazing, but it would explode, you know, because there's so much to talk about in the trucking industry. It never stops. That's all for now. We're headed up to Wisconsin to drop late this evening. Then I'm going to Iowa to pick up, Ohio, New York. And then Rowdy Ray is going to be upgrading. So we're going to be headed to Springfield here pretty soon and get him lined up for his own truck. So that's what we're looking forward to. And he is going lease. So we might do a live or something and get like a Q&A going for Ray. For anybody interested in coming into the industry and wants to know what it's like to be a trainee, wants to know what the experience is like, they've got like all these questions or whatever, I'll let Ray answer for you guys. So let me know if that's something you guys want to see. If you made it this far in the video, okay, if you made it all the way to the end, you are one of Freight Nation's dedicated viewers. And I want you to put Bumblebee Tuna in the comments. Until the next one, guys, stay safe, stay loaded, stay driven, and stay focused. God bless. Freight out.